Watch this. God has a mentality to enemies. And you know, now there is a generation, a dimension of people that believe we are actually called to pray for our enemies. Is that true? Yes. And there's a dimension like us that believe in judgment on the enemies. Now, blessing your enemies or releasing judgment on your enemies, both are correct. It depends on what is doing you. It depends on the revelation. Blessing enemies is correct. Releasing judgment is correct. It depends on how you have been touched. Forgive them, for they know not what they are doing is correct. Back to sender is correct. It depends on the kind of background you come from. Sir, there are children that cannot expire. Do you know why? Their grandmother was an intercessor. Yeah. So you cannot come from that background and compare it with the background of someone whose grandmother was a witch. The grace of God has appeared to all men, but it's not apparent in all men. So when you come to this kind of, you come to this kind of atmosphere to survive in this land. Do you know that this place, this church, was an evil forest? Are you aware? 100 years dispute between two communities. This land. When the Lord said that is the land, I asked questions. Somebody said, I just got married. He said, this is your fine wife. You want to leave her behind? Evangelist Beatrice is here. When I said this is where God said I should go to, people sat down to do committee meeting on me. Which God? A senior minister of God called me to come to Benin. I went to Benin. He said, Apostle, sit down. What are we hearing? I said, God told me to go. He said, which God? I said, the Almighty God. He said, which of them? I said, the Lord. He said, which God? A place that was avoided. 100. Those who are from this locality know what I'm talking about. It was a generational war. And God said it will take a church to settle the war. So I went to the Ministry of Land and I said to them, I want so place. They said that place there's no document. There's no paper. It's not the place people go to, so just forget it. You won't survive. I said, but that's where God is. We don't run from battle. We run for battle. Yeah, what he said? He said, what you bind on earth is bound. So it is earth that determines what heaven binds. We determine heaven's response. We determine what heaven reacts. Am I talking to somebody here? What you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. So until we bind, he doesn't make it bound. When we take one step, it takes 2 steps. When we take 2 steps, it takes 4 steps. Am I speaking to somebody now? You are not a non-entity that can be brushed aside. You are created because you are needed, and since you are needed, you can't be wasted. You are too important to be impotent. You are too expensive to be expended. You are a miracle, not a ridicule. I speak the counsel of God. You will fulfill destiny. You cannot be wasted. I say you cannot be wasted. Preachers, get ready to carry power. A preacher without power is a lecturer without knowing.